Welcome to Piggypower, and today I'm going to show you how to change a wing mirror on a Peugeot 306. Okay, so we need a T20 Torx of some sort. I tend to find it easier to put the window down, whether you've got manual or automatic. There we go. And then by hand you just wiggle this cover off. Get your fingers in behind it, or just pull out. If there is a speaker there, you just unplug the speaker, put that aside. 2 Torx at the bottom, these sort of brass coloured screws we're just going to undo. And be careful just as they come loose that you don't drop them down the back of the door card, because that would just make this very quick job a much more complicated problem. If it does happen, take the speaker out, fish around in just down the bottom there, because that's probably where it's gone. Or you're going to hope. The last one, so that the wing mirror doesn't just drop off and damage my door, I'm going to come on round, and this is the point I'll show you why. A member of the public decided I need to change my wing mirror and do this guide, so they just happily just ripped my wing mirror off. Thanks. Yeah, that was kind of them. So I'm just going to use my body to hold the mirror on while I undo the last one. As I say, they don't tend to just fall off, but if it did, it would obviously damage the bodywork. You don't want that, so I'm just going to put that somewhere safe. Sure, the floor is fine. And then we just wiggle the mirror off. Now if you've got a cable mirror, it just will pull through, not much of an issue. But if you've got a plug one like this, well, you need to unplug it. So I'll show you. Just come over here. Okay, can you see? Hope you can see. Try and pull the mirror down a little bit so you can see. So you've got a plug here, you do just pull it, but as you tend to pull it, it comes off the clasp where it holds it, stops it rattling. So if you give it a little wiggle, it'll pop out. And as you can see, there is no clip on it. So you just got to give it a little wiggle. I have to hold the other side of the plug, and it just pulls off, like that. Get your other new wing mirror. Make sure the plugs are compatible. Yes, they are. And then push it together again, like so. Nice and secure. Good opportunity just to turn the ignition on and just try it and just see if it works. Yes, you can hear it working. Sounds great. And then wiggle this plug back in. Bit of an angle is required. And once it's back in there like that, you then just want to put it back on its little clip, its little tab, so it doesn't sit in there and rattle into your ears. And you'll be wondering, what's that rattle? As you're driving along. So just take your time, line it up. Come on, just, you know you want to. You really do. You definitely want to do this. Come on. Right, it's difficult to show you and without like getting in the way of the camera. But we're just going to wiggle it back on that tab. There we go. As soon as I could see what I was doing, we've got it back on that tab. And then, it's not a bad idea just to wipe the grime from around it with your thumb. Yeah, that's fine. And then give this a wiggle in. Make sure this has the rubber seal on it, which the other one does. Sometimes the seals go missing. So either have this foam seal or a rubber seal. That one might have actually been missing its rubber seal. This one has it round it. And then, get your first screw. Load it in the back. These are torqued to, I don't know. There is no torque setting I expect for these. Okay. Now obviously you just put the other 3 screws on the back there and put the cover back on and you're done. If you've got a vehicle, or if you've got a spare part, that colour coded to your vehicle, great. You don't have to switch them over. But this is it for this part of the guide. I'm now going to continue to show you how to remove the cap and the glass to be able to swap this cap over for my colour-coded cap. Okay, so end the video now if that's all you needed to see. Carry on if you want to see the cap and mirror change. Now, first thing you're going to have to do to get this back cover off is clips inside tabs. You want to warm them up, etc. So you need to get at them. You might also need to change the glass. Could be broken, I suppose. Put your wing mirror all the way around. Actually, we're going to let's try this better angle here with the door shut so we don't just swing around. So with the wing mirror all the way around to the left or to the right, I suppose, if you were working on the other side, you still can't get to the clip behind. So use a little, sometimes, I've just had it click, it will just pop off. That's pretty rare, that. But if it doesn't, you have to lever it off enough so you can get to these wires here, or these sort of securing wires. Okay, so let me just show you that. See these wires here? Now you get a little flat blade screwdriver or a little hook, and what you do is you'd flick those out like that, and then that would pop straight off. As you can see, this is a heated wing mirror, which is nice. That means that when you put the rear heated windscreen on, this comes on as well. So we're just going to unplug that nice and gently. Don't snap it off. Don't lose that clip either. There we go. Now, clip fits around the outside, and when you go to put it back on, you just push it on gently with an even pressure on the mirror. Don't just push in one little spot. We get this clip back on and fitted between the two little clasps. Just there. You see that? Like so. Okay. So that's how it looks. It might not have those heated things, depending on the model. Only sort of the original glass is quite hard to get a glass now. It's got the heated parts of it. Now let's have a look inside our mirror here. Okay, now inside our mirror casing are little clamps, little clasps, little tabs, whatever you like to call them. There's one there, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, one there. So I think that's 5 in all. Now, first thing to accept, you're probably going to break one. Alright, you just have to kind of just live with that. You don't want to be breaking all of them though. So heat gun, and we get some warmth in there. You just want to warm it up gently. Not too much. Just, it's cold today, it's about 7 or 8 degrees. Unless it's 30 degrees, it's, you know, they're going to snap more likely. So just get a little bit of warmth, even warmth, you're not trying to melt the plastic. You can see my breath probably. Just a little bit of warmth in there. Then we get our little tab, unsnapper remover, trim clip remover. And we just try and, there we go, right. So they're just gone a bit soft, so we just lift up and start tearing away from this angle. We go for the next one, which is back there. And then that one. And then that one's quite tricky at the back. That's often the one that breaks. There we go. And she's off. I hope you saw that without my head being in the way. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No surprise, it's not a genuine carbon cover. Hey, if you'd like this cover, give me a shout. Got 2 of them now. So there's the 5 tabs. So what we'll do is repeat that on the other glass, on the other wing mirror that's broken, to get the colour-coded one off, and we'll put it back together. You might be interested to see this is an aftermarket heated mirror, and it had a similar clip, but you notice it's just, there's a slightly different, let's get it in focus, there's a slightly different design. So it was just the one tab to flick off, but it went round one post and round another. It kind of went in an S. So it was actually quite tricky to flick off that, but you flicked it out for one, flicked it off the other, and it popped straight out. Take your time though, because if you break the glass, it's a, well, you know, it's a pain, isn't it? What's a waste? Okay, so we've got our other cover off. It had already had 2 broken ones. Trust me on that, I didn't break them. Do be careful you don't overheat these and they go all floppy, and then when you go to push it in, they've bent round and they're not clipping in. If that is the case, just warm them up and just give them a bit of a squeeze. And then all you gotta do is just push our new cap on until it clicks, which it just did, but not very well. It didn't secure very well because those top ones are missing, which is a bit of a bind. There we go. She's in though. She's in. Beautiful. Which we're going to use probably the original glass because it will probably work better. So plug it in. They don't matter which way those posts go. Make sure the wires are in their place, and then we put a nice even amount of pressure until, yeah, that's good, and that's our glass in. So there we go, you'd never know. Good job done. Sweet. Let's make sure it moves around nicely. Oh yeah. Nice. So thanks for watching Piggypower. Really appreciate you watching it to this point. If you did like it and found it useful, please share the channel with your mates. you could put a comment, that'd be great, appreciate that, but just share the channel with your mates. It's Piggypower, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want, put a WhatsApp status on. Just mention Piggypower to everyone, and I was useful to you. That'd be awesome. Have a great day, have fun working on your Peugeots.